Hey, let me ask you something. Has life ever knocked you down so hard that you found yourself face first on the ground while you wonder what the hell just happened? If your answer is yes, then this video might be just for you. And if your answer is no, life has been good, well, listen anyway, because you just never know when Mr. Life might come running at you swinging a baseball bat. Maybe it's a failed relationship, a career that crumbled right before your eyes, the loss of someone you love, or maybe you just woke up one day and realized the life you thought you were building had completely fallen apart. If that's you or someone you know, then listen up, because in this video, I'm gonna talk about how to get back up when life breaks you, and not just in a cliche, motivational speech kind of way, but in a real, raw, let's get honest way. Because let's be real, life doesn't just knock us down. Sometimes it punches us in the throat. It takes everything we love, throw it in a blender, and leaves us watching as it all falls apart in slow motion. And when that happens, we have two choices. Either we stay down or get back up.
But hey, before we continue, if you're new to the channel, the name is Romelio, and welcome. Here, we talk about growth, mindset, and some real life lessons. So if you're into deep conversations, real talk, and perhaps some fresh perspective, then you might be in the right place. So let's go.
I know what you're thinking. Yeah, Romelio, words are easy, but you don't know what I've been through. But let me tell you something. I truly do, because I've been there. Imagine leaving behind everything you know, your home, your friends, your family, to start a new life in a foreign land. Yeah, that was me, your boy Romelio. When I moved to the United States, it wasn't just a change of scenery, it was a complete reset. I remember I was so excited to finally live in a place where Baywatch was filmed, just to find out they don't exactly wear bikinis in a cold place like New York. And when reality hits, it felt like a 10,000 voltage shock, a jolt so intense, it left me feeling lost and depressed for a while. But knowing that my parents and sister were just a short fly away from New York to Florida, it gave me something to hold on to. I eventually reunited with my family, but Florida didn't offer the career opportunities that it needed at the time. So I made a decision that would change my life forever. I joined the U.S. Air Force. Why, you may ask? Because I needed structure. I needed directions. And let's be honest, I needed a paycheck. The military offered everything I was looking for. Education, stability, great benefits, a sense of purpose. But what I didn't realize was it also came with sacrifices I wasn't prepared for. So after 9/11, America was ready to send a vengeance package to the Middle East. And guess what? I was part of that package. And let me tell you, war is not like the movies. It's not just action sequences and hero moments. It's loud, it's chaotic, it's real. And there are things you see, things you experience that don't just go away when you come home. I came back from deployment a different man. But just when I thought I had survived the worst, life had another surprise waiting for me. See, I thought I had made it home. I thought, okay, I survived. I did my duty. Now I can live my life. Until the day I found out that my wife at the time, the person I trusted the most, had an affair. And not just with anyone, with a man I once called a friend. A guy I trusted so much that I made him my first daughter's godfather. Yeah, let that sink in. And when I confronted her, she looked at me in the eye and said, I wasn't happy. You were always gone. You were always angry. And you know what? She wasn't wrong. Because what neither of us knew at the time was I was already battling PTSD. You know, they call it the invisible wound of war. Now, if you ever hit rock bottom, you know the kind of questions that start running through your mind. Like, why me? What did I do to deserve this? Haven't I been through enough? I remember sitting in an empty room, staring at a wall, feeling like my entire life had collapsed on itself. And I prayed. And for a long time, I didn't hear an answer. But here's what I learned. Sometimes the silence isn't punishment, it's preparation. Sometimes when life strips everything away from you, it's not to destroy you, it's to make room for something better. Because if betrayal hadn't happened, I wouldn't have met my amazing wife now. I wouldn't have my youngest daughter. And looking back now, I realized God knew exactly what he was doing. Because here's the truth. Life doesn't break you just for the sake of breaking you. It breaks you to rebuild you. And when you're lying there, feeling like you have nothing left, you have two choices. It's either stay down or get back up. And getting up, that's not about motivation. It's about making a decision. A decision to move forward. Even when you don't feel like it. Even when everything inside of you is screaming to just give up. Here's what I learned. Your past does not define your pain. It's just part of the story. And I don't care what you've been through. You are stronger than you think. You are. How do I know? Because you're still here. If you're listening to this right now, it means you have survived every worst day of your life. It means you can survive whatever comes next. You know what's funny? When life breaks us, most of us don't even admit we're broken. We slap on a fake smile, say I'm good, and keep moving like we're some kind of survival mode, convincing ourselves that if we just keep pushing forward, it'll magically fix itself. That's exactly what I did. I told myself, I don't have time to feel this. I don't have time to be weak, so I buried it. I acted like I was fine, like nothing happened. But pain doesn't just disappear just because you ignored it. It buried itself deep, and if you don't deal with it, trust me, it'll deal with you. For me, it came out in anger, in frustration, in nights where I drank just to shut my mind off. And maybe you've been there too. You've spent nights staring at the ceiling, replaying everything that went wrong, blaming yourself, wishing things had been different. Maybe you've convinced yourself that being numb is better than feeling the pain. But here's what I've learned the hard way. You can't heal from what you refuse to face. You can't rebuild if you never acknowledge what was broken in the first place. So, if you're sitting here today pretending to be okay when you know deep down you're not, stop running from it. And if you don't process the pain, it'll show up in ways you don't expect. In your relationship, in your health, in your peace of mind. You have to face it. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Because what you don't heal from, you'll bleed onto people who never hurt you. That's what I learned in my whole experience. Now, let's talk about something that most people don't realize. The people around you can either break you or help rebuild you. When I hit rock bottom, I had two types of people in my life. The ones who made it worse and the ones who reminded me who I was. And let me tell you, you better know the difference because there are people in this world who are comfortable with you being broken. They're like you when you're struggling because it makes them feel better about their own situation. They'll say things like, man, I get it. Life sucks. Nothing ever gets better. And if you keep those people around you, you're gonna stay stuck because misery loves company. But then there are those rare ones. The people who pulls you up when you feel like drowning. The ones who say, yeah, this is hard, but you're stronger than this. I won't let you quit on yourself. Those are the people you need. And if you ever find one person like that, man, you better hold on to them. Because those are the people who will remind you that you're not your failures, your past, your worst days. And if you don't have anyone like that, be that person for yourself. Sometimes you have to be your own support system. I tell you, your own hype man, your own coach. Because at the end of the day, nobody is coming to save you. This is your fight. And if you want to get back up, you need to surround yourself with people who will push you forward and not hold you back. This is the part most people don't want to hear. But listen to me carefully. Your pain is your power. I know that sounds insane. I know it doesn't feel that way when you're in the middle of it. But every setback, every betrayal, every night you've cried yourself to sleep thinking, I don't know if I can do this. It's all fuel. You know, pain has two options. It can break you or it can build you into something unstoppable. It's not about what happens to you. It's about what you do with it. Look at some of the strongest people in the world. The ones who inspire millions. The ones who have changed lives. You think they had it easy? Nope. They were built in fire. They took their worst moments and turned them into their greatest motivation. And so can you. Your past is not a prison sentence. It's raw material for your comeback. And I promise you, if you learn how to take the pain and use it instead of letting it use you, nothing will ever stop you again. So let me ask you, what's your next move? Are you gonna let life keep you down? Or are you gonna rise up, take everything you've been through, and use it to build something stronger than before? Because the choice is yours. Pain isn't optional, but suffering, that's a choice. So what's it gonna be? But hey, if this message hit home for you, hey, do me a favor and like this video, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because you never know who's out there struggling in silence. And listen, your story isn't over. This isn't the end. It's just the beginning of your next chapter. So get up, keep fighting, and keep moving forward. And I'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay strong, stay faithful, and never stop believing yourself. That's right.